Welcome back to my channel. Good evening. I hope everybody is blessed and peaceful where you are. Welcome back to Corona segment this day, which is I considered it being a blessed day, as today could have turned out differently, but if you are watching me and I am talking to you, it means that we've been blessed to be alive and being here. Tonight I want to address one thing that I was talking to a friend, and she was saying to me, she was reminiscing, going back to 6 years back when we met, when I just moved to Devon, and we got to be close, and we're talking about my life and everything. And I remember telling him, because when I went to Devon, I was retrenched and I was not working for almost a year, and I got that job after almost a year not working. And when I got to Devon, I said to her, when we were talking, I think we went to dinner, I said to her, I want to clear my debts. I told her the time I want to clear my debts, because I had just taken my car back to the bank to say that time when I was retrenched. I took the car back. I said, I want to clear these debts. I want to clear the other debts that I had, but that was the biggest debt that I have. I told her that the first apartment that I rented, I said to her, I want to buy this apartment, and I want the apartment to be at the ground floor, because I love nature, and I want to be able to open the door, and there's a garden and everything. So I feel that it's a home. I have that sense, like, I love nature. I come from Venda, and natural environment is so important to me. And there are a few things that I spoke about. I spoke about my spiritual growth, where I want to find myself, what I want to do at church, being more involved with women ministry and impact on other youth or young people that I can meet and have that relationship with. And she was reminding me this weekend, I am sweating, guys, I'm sorry, it's hot. She was reminding me this week, she said, Kansani, do you realize? She started to count all the things that I said that I wanted to achieve, the things that I wanted to do, the time frame that I told her, and I told her, I've told God and everything. And I look back at all the things that she was saying, and I realized she was so right. And it dawned to me the power of declaration, the power of talking to God of what we want, and by walking in faith of what we wish for. And when you believe so much in Him that your wishes, He will grant them, especially when your wishes are not against what He wants. And today, I don't know what kind of a situation you are in. It can have been you are retrenched. It can be issue of your illness. It can be issue of financial issues. It can be issues of you feel that you are backslided with your spirituality, or issue of relationship or marriages are not going the way that you wanted. And tonight, I want to tell you that every situation can be turned around. Every situation, God can change it. But you need to hunger for it and want it and declare it. Because the Bible do say that there's a time that the Israelites, that they had to, God asked them to write everything down and the promises they made to Him. The Bible does emphasize on the things that we wish for. The things that we wish for. And the promises, that the covenant that we make with God, we need to write them down. And when we write them down, they become more stronger, and it becomes a covenant between you, yourself, and God. And God said, you need to test me. Test me and show me who I am. God is not a God when you ask Him something as a father. You ask Him food, He's going to give you stones. He's not that kind of a father. He's a wonderful God, and He's a God whose promises are perfect. But we walk in our lives, we walk without faith. We walk because if we walk with if, we always have plan B. We always have plan B. We always channel our mind that if this thing doesn't work out, I need to be prepared for that. But God, he said, test me and I'll open the floodgates of heaven. He says everything in this earth, it belongs to us. Everything. Money belongs to him. Material things belong to him. Good marriages, good partners belongs to him. For us to have children, it's us, for him to give us. Wealth belongs to him. Water, mountains, everything belongs to him. And we are the descendants of his kingdom. Those things are ours. The Bible says we're even more powerful than the angels, but we walk around like followers, like commoners. We don't conduct ourselves like when you see royalty, even the way they walk, the way they sit, it doesn't matter where they are. They just have this aura about them. They have this aura about them that they show the authority, and they'll take that royalty and they walk with it. Today I say to you, whatever that you wish for, with your heart, as long as it's nothing that is gonna go against God's will, declare it with it. Don't be ashamed. Declare it with your mouth. Write it down if you can, and put timeline. Be specific of what you need. Be specific of what your heart desire. Don't shy away of what you want. It is your right. It's not a privilege. It's your right. God said everything belongs to me, to you, because it belongs to him as a father. We must not behave like Adam when God realized that Adam had broken the covenant, the rule that he gave him. And when he asked him what happened, Adam said, Lord, it was not me, it was this wife. He didn't have that confidence in God to say, God, I made a mistake and forgive me. And when the wife was asked, Eve, she said also, it was not me, it was this, the serpent. So which means David took the power that he had, that God had given it to him, and he passed it to Eve. And Eve passed the power to the serpent. God has given us the power to go to him and ask him wholeheartedly, and we talk to him as a father, and we declare and we promise. That's the kind of father that we have. He's a faithful God. And the problem is we are afraid to ask things. We are afraid because we feel that, I don't know if we feel we are not deserving, or we don't trust him. We are afraid to say, Lord, I ask you that by this time, let this thing could have happened. He didn't put limit to what we can ask and how we ask it. He didn't put limit. It is us who limit us. I'm sure God sits wherever he is, and he's like, do these children realize I can give them most of the things that they want? But because they don't trust me, we trust our fear. We trust somebody's experience. COVID is happening now, and people will be telling you, you cannot succeed in business. You cannot succeed in a career change. You cannot succeed in developing in whatever that you are doing because the world is in turmoil. You cannot succeed now to have a good relationship because or marriage because it doesn't exist. And it's a lie. Those things exist. There are people who are prospering as I'm talking now with this COVID, who have done more, who have had money more now, generated more money from their business through this COVID. There are people now who had better jobs and identified better opportunities and gaps during this turmoil that everybody is going through. When the Israelites, sorry to sound so religious, but I have to, and I don't want to be apologetic about it, about my beliefs. When the Israelites were taken as slaves by the Babylonians, he prospered them even when they were in slavery. He told them, don't pray for yourself. more. Pray for the Babylons so that they loosen up their grip on you. The Israelites, they prospered more when they were in slavery than when they were on their own. So God, He works in every situation that you are in. Any situation that you are in, He can change it around. Whatever slavery that you are in, it can be, as I mentioned, it can be financial struggles, it can be illnesses, it can be relationship, marriage which is not going well, it can be children, things are not going well. There are a lot of, siblings and all. There are a lot of challenges that people are going through, which is slavery is the same way that I will take as Babylon. Turn it around and prosper in that situation. Turn it around in that situation that God, His hand is shown. God is not going to show Himself in a place where the glory is not going to go to Him. He's going to show in a place where it will be clear that it was Him and was His doing. But it also depends on our attitude. It also depends on how hungry we are. Sometimes we say some people are lucky. I've mentioned this before. They are not lucky. They understand how God works. They prepare themselves and they tell God, I need this, I want this, and they walk towards it. And they declare it and say, Lord, you promised. We must hold on to Him and said, you promised me. You promised this, and you said your promises are perfect. And let us see, what is it that we have to lose by trusting Him with everything that we have, with all that we have? But what do we do as human beings? We trust our fear, we trust statistics, we trust what other people experiences. Let me tell you something. Somebody's experience is not yours. You're an individual. That's why even twins, their fingerprints are not the same. Their DNA is not the same. Never compare your situation with somebody's situation. Compare, always go with you. You said, I hear your situation, but I'm going to go to the Lord and pray about my situation. We spend more time worrying. We spend more time coming to conniving. We spend more time comparing ourselves. We spend more time saying that I'm not worthy. But where else we're supposed to spend more time asking from God. And after asking, our attitude and everything must show that we believe and trust. Like, we must live our life like we have received it. We must operate our lives like that thing that we have asked for, we have received it and we have seen it and we can smell it and we can hold it. So I am saying, don't be the tool for you not to progress. Don't be the stumbling block for you not to progress. Speak to God. Tell Him. Say things. When you like these things, say it with your mouth. From your mouth to His ears. He's not a cruel God. He is a loving God. Oh. Who can know you before you are known? He knows your path. Your blessings are there. They are put before you were born. The blessings and the things that you are supposed to have and who you are supposed to be. But we need to tap into that. We need to understand who we are. We need to see ourselves the same way God sees us. And let's see what happens now. I am a living testimony. If I can talk about my life, I've seen God in everything. Yes, there are some things that I feel I'm not where I want to be. But if I can talk where I come from, I can speak and the ocean won't be enough. I can speak and the ocean won't be enough because He is that kind of a God. And when you have experience and reference, you go back and say, God, you are the same God who did 1, 2, 3 for me. You are the same God of my father. You are the same God of my mother, the same God of my grandfather, the same God of my siblings. The same, because you know Him, you've got reference. But when you don't have reference, you don't believe Him, in Him, and you don't talk to Him, how will you do reference? It's like when you go for job interview. There's a reference where they'll call even your previous employer to get how your work ethics and everything that you are. When you are buying a house or buying a car, they want your financial history to use it as reference. So our experiences, the battles that we have won, the things that we have come through, we must use them as reference. Remind God, if you manage to take me out of Egypt, if you open the ocean and you allow me to walk, you allow the Israelites to walk, you can also make me to walk through that dry land. If you can make the sun to stand for the Israelites, you can also make the sun to stand so that the day is bright, I can see the way. But we play small. We play like God is small. That's why you find even people who don't believe really in God, but when they believe in something, it happens. Because they really believe the spirit and everything goes there. So don't sit there when you are dwelling wherever you are, whatever that you are going through, feeling sorry for yourself. And one thing that, you know, I look at the way God made men. And he made men so much in his image, even though sometimes men have lost the step. Man is the issue of ego. If you can know what makes his ego, to brush his ego, God is like that. When you believe in him, have you seen a man? When you believe in him, he flies. He do better. He want to show you that you believe in me, I can do even better, so that you are proud of me. That's how God is. When you say you are the same God, that I know you can do 1, 2, 3, you have done 1, 2, 3 for me. He will deliver. He will never, he's not the God to shame you. Today I tell you, tonight I tell you, he's not the God to shame you. I don't want to get emotional about this, because I think I'm getting emotional because I think I have forgotten myself, who God is in my life. I have forgotten, to go back to the history and track record and look where I come from, what he has done for me. And I'm telling you today, whatever that you experience, it can be retrenchment, like I say, you are not getting along with your boss, your health is not good, your marriage or relationship is in shambles, you don't know if you're coming, you're going. Don't concentrate on the pain. Don't concentrate on the struggles of your children. Don't concentrate on this and that you want. Concentrate on the promises God said he will give you. Because when you concentrate on that, even your mindset opens up. You are able to think. You are able to attract good things. You give even good vibes. And favor comes to you. And when you have grateful heart, ooh, blessing just comes flooding. That's the kind of God that we have. I hope wherever you are good and you are grateful. Tonight I want to go back, and if you have to write down all the things that God has rescued you from. Write down all the things and remember where he took you from, and the things that he's still gonna do for you, and remind him and believe in it and walk in that path. We don't have time to have a pity party. No, this is not the time for pity party. I know there's a lot of people who have lost their loved ones. I know a lot of people are getting more infected with this COVID. Let us also comply. Let us try to comply so that we stay safe. And let's not bring COVID to others who are, especially those who are coming from different provinces, who are going back home. And then you are scattered all over the place. And then you bring this disaster to your old parents, old aging parents, even not old, but whoever who might have any ailments. Today I want you to be kind to yourself. Don't sit there feeling sorry for yourself. He is the same God who can make dead bones to come alive. He is that kind of a God. He is that kind of a God who can make anything that is dead to come alive. And he's the God who says, test me and you'll see. I will open the floodgates of heaven, and surely he will. I hope you're going to have a wonderful night. I hope tomorrow on this holiday, you also take time to reflect. Sometimes let's switch off the radios, let's switch off the phones, let's switch off the TV, and just do introspection of who we are, who you want to be. You need to consciously decide every day who you want to be, the kind of life you want to be, the impact that you want to be. But let me tell you, your words, your thoughts and your words come to life. That's why even the Bible, they say the word come to life. Every time you read it, it gives you different meaning without losing the context. So never underestimate this voice. You see this voice that you hear of mine, the thoughts that I have. Declutter your mind of whatever that is there. Reprogram your mind. So you teach yourself to have a healthy thinking. And if you have to clean it and fast so that you are in a right mind, do that. But by doing that, you are loving yourself more. God loves you already, but he wants to remind you that he loves you more, and you have to love yourself. Have a wonderful night.